Hello friends, welcome back to my channel BioBits. Let's explore and grow together. So today we are going to discuss about a very interesting topic, and that is lac operon. But before moving to lac operon, let us first understand what operon is. Operon is a cluster of genes which are controlled by single promoter. Generally, this occurs in prokaryotes. In prokaryotic cells, there is polycystonic gene expression, which means expression of two or more genes is under the control of single promoter. These all genes are transcribed into single mRNA. Whereas in case of eukaryotes, there is monocystonic gene expression, which means expression of one gene is under the control of one promoter. Here, one gene will transcribe into single mRNA. Now, let us see the components of operon. Operon has promoter, operator, and few structural genes which encodes different proteins. Now, let's talk about lac operon. So, as I said earlier, lac operon also consists of promoter, operator, and three structural genes, that is LAC-Z, LAC-Y, and LAC-A. LAC-Z encodes beta-galactosidase, LAC-Y encodes for permease, and LAC-A encodes for transacetylase. The function of beta-galactosidase is to break down the lactose into glucose and galactose. Permease is a membrane channel protein, and it helps in the entry of lactose into the cell. The exact role of transacetylase is not clear yet, but these all three proteins are involved in lactose metabolism. Lac operon will be turned on only if two criteria are fulfilled. First is the absence of glucose in the medium, and secondly the presence of lactose. Bacteria generally uses glucose as their energy source, but whenever glucose is absent in the medium, then bacteria uses lactose as energy source. And as I told earlier, lac operon is involved in lactose metabolism. So, why would bacteria will invest its energy in turning the operon on and transcribing its gene when lactose is not present? So, in default condition, the lac operon is always kept off. Now, let's see the mechanism behind working of lac operon. As you can see, there is another component, that is LAC-I, which has its own promoter. The LAC-I encodes for repressor. This repressor goes and binds to the operator, due to which RNA polymerase can't move forward and transcribe the underlying genes. In this way, in the absence of lactose, the lac operon is kept off by default. Now let's see the second scenario. Now if lactose is present in the medium and bacteria wants to utilize it, then lac operon must be turned on. Suppose this blue structure is a lactose molecule. This lactose will go and bind to the repressor which is already present on operator. Due to the interaction between lactose and repressor, there will be some conformational changes, and hence repressor will no longer be able to bind to operator. Now, RNA polymerase is free to move forward and transcribe the underlying genes. These genes will encode proteins which are involved in lactose metabolism, and in this way lac operon will be turned on. Now, let's summarize the topic. Few things to keep in mind: that whenever lactose is absent, lac operon will be kept off, and when lactose will be present in the medium, then it will be turned on. That's it for today's video, guys. If you have any queries regarding this topic, then please let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please hit the like button and share with your friends, and also subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys.